Hello, my name is Ayesha Mayti Candido. Exam for English. Subject-verb agreement.
You do not add an S to your verb. The cars look expensive. Our noun, cars, is plural. Cars. Now, our verb agrees with our subject. The cars look expensive. Now, compare this to the car looks expensive. When our noun is singular, our verb needs to include an S. In these examples, the noun and the verb agree in opposite ways. But I can already hear you saying, what about if your subject is I or you? They're singular subjects, but they don't use the singular verb form when your subject is in the third person singular. When your subject is a he, a she, or an it. The subjects I and you take the plural form of the verb. And you just need to remember that. I like to go swimming. She likes to go swimming. Both of these subjects are singular, but the verb forms are different. Now, if there is an auxiliary verb, a helping verb in your sentence, like do or does in the present simple, or am, is, are, was, were in the continuous tenses, or have or has in the perfect tenses, then you need to think about your subject-verb agreement, because the auxiliary verb becomes the agreeing verb, the verb that agrees with the subject. The dogs don't want it. The dog doesn't want it. We're going to the beach. He's going to the beach. Anna and Tony have been driving for hours. Anna has been driving for hours. Now, modal verbs like may, could, will, must, should, they're also auxiliary verbs. They help the main verb in the sentence. But the subject-verb agreement rules are different with modal auxiliary verbs. The verb following a modal verb is never in the S form. It's always in the infinitive form. My friends might come. My friend might come. Not my friend might comes. You should come. He should come. Not he should comes. Now, English sentences are not always this simple, are they? As you add more information to your sentences, they become more complex. And it might be difficult to know whether your noun is singular or plural. But just remember that the same structure and rules apply, but you need to pay close attention to where your subject is and if it's singular or plural. Because your verb must always match the subject, regardless of the words that come in between the verb and the subject. It must always match. Do you know what an indefinite pronoun is? They're words like everybody, nobody, anybody, someone. Usually indefinite pronouns take singular verbs. Everybody wants to be loved. Nobody likes to be left out. Now, the subject of English sentences can be a little more complicated with compound subjects, group nouns, and relative clauses. Look at this sentence. My mum is happy for me. My mum and dad are proud of me. Two singular subjects joined by and means that your subject becomes plural, and now your verb needs to show this. It's the same as saying that they are proud of me. So we can say that two or more singular subjects joined with and become a plural subject, and they need a plural verb. Now look at this sentence. Peter or Paul is coming. Now in this sentence, the two singular subjects are treated as a singular subject because or gives us an option. We're not saying both. It's one singular noun or the other, not singular noun or the other, not both of them together. We would say Peter and Paul are coming, or Peter or Paul is coming. Playing football is fun. Now, the same rule applies for gerunds and gerund phrases. When gerunds are the subject, they take the singular form of the verb. Waiting for the bus is annoying. But when they're linked by and, they also take the plural form. Meeting friends after work and going to the beach are my favorite things about living here. Okay, so what about group nouns? Single nouns that are actually groups of people or things. Club, team, company, family, crowd, class. They can be either singular or plural, depending on the meaning of an individual sentence. This is because they can describe the individuals in the group, and since there's more than one, it must be plural. But it's also possible to use these nouns as a single group when you're referring to the group as a whole. Then they're singular. So they can be a little tricky. For example, the team is organizing the event. So this is referring to just the single unit. It's a singular noun, so we need to use the singular verb. The team are meeting today. So the members of